Hey everybody, it's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean. We're about to get started for today's core and stretch. Okay, let me just move this mat back so hopefully you can see it if I just move it back. And then let me check it on the internet one more time. During this time, feel free to grab your weights, suggesting some like medium-ish, light to medium weights. Um, 8 pounds, 5 pounds, 3 pounds, just have a little bit of a variety and then meet me on the ground for some child's pose. Wow. Okay. On my way there, I'm going to bribe the bird real fast. She just wants all the peanuts. I'm here to share these high protein snacks. Okay. And if you have to bribe any people or pets in your home so that you can make this workout happen, do it. So we're coming down to the floor in child's pose. Sinking your glutes back towards your heels. You can open your knees as wide as you want. You can extend your arms as far forward as you want. If you want extra stretching your shoulders, tent your fingers, press the pads of your hands into the floor. And if that feels like too much, take as generous of a bend in your elbows as you want. Maybe elbows are even by your knees. Maybe you're reaching your hands all the way back to your feet. Find what feels good for you today, where you can actually relax and take a couple of slow, deep breaths. And let's take three slow, deep inhales together and mouth open, loud exhales starting now. So take that long, slow, deep inhale in through your nose. Open up your mouth. Let it all go. Two more. Inhaling in through your nose. Open your mouth long, slow, wide. The last one in through your nose. Get all the stale air out. Next inhale, go ahead, press yourself up into tabletop. If you open your knees wide for your child's pose, go ahead and walk them in so that they're stacked underneath your hips. And then open your fingers really wide like a starfish, pressing through the pads of your hands, especially even the webbing by your thumb and your pointer finger. Find a nice neutral tabletop. So eye gaze gently forward, as flat of a back as you can create. Shoulder blades are gently squeezing together, rib cage is knit together, belly button is pulled back towards your spine, and then start some motion with your hips, whatever direction you want, whether it be cat or cow. I usually like to come into cat first. So finding the motion with your hips to begin, and then bringing your shoulders, your head into play. And then as you release in the opposite direction, changing your breath, change your movement. Hips go first, chest pulls up towards triceps, looking up towards the ceiling, maybe even pressing the outer edges of the feet into the floor to stretch your glutes. And then change. If cat or cow feels particularly good and you want to hang out there for a second, maybe emphasize the stretch, maybe wiggle your hips or waggle your shoulders, go for it. We'll take just about 30 more seconds to find whatever sort of stretch, circle, breath feels good for you today, right here. it's raining. Well, what a treat. Okay. Keep your left hand down on the floor. Maybe even walk it a little closer towards the center line by your chest. Inhale your right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Look up towards it so you're even rotating through your neck. And as you exhale, we're going to weave the right arm underneath the body, right palm facing up, right temple comes down to the floor. You can keep your left hand right here on the mat with your elbow bent, supporting yourself in this stretch. Or perhaps you want to walk your left hand all the way forward, taking a little bit of a child's pose and uh, thread the needle. Come back to your slow, relaxed breaths. Let your breath be the guide of the depth of your posture. Take one more here. If your arm is extended, go ahead and walk, wiggle, bring it back in. Push into your left hand palm. Open your right arm back up towards the ceiling. Eye gaze all the way up. And then exhale, right hand down to the floor. Take a cat. Take a cow. Find your neutral tabletop. Right hand stays down. Inhale, left arm all the way up to the sky. Look up towards your left hand, nice rotation through your core. And then exhale, weave your left arm underneath of the right. Start to bring your left temple down towards the floor. Right hand can stay right here supporting you. Or if you want to sink a little bit deeper, go for it. Glutes can come towards heels. Right hand can extend all the way forward. Come back to your breath focus. Excellent. One more big inhale, exhale as you are. And then if you extended your hand forward, bring your right hand back where it was. Inhale your left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, bring your left hand back down to the floor. Crawl towards the top of your mat if you're not already there. And go ahead, extend your right leg out nice and long. Turn your right hip down towards the floor. Maybe when you first extended your right leg out, you only had your big toe on the floor and you were facing towards the side. Chest down towards the floor as well. All toes down on the floor. Press the ball of the right foot under and inhale, lift your left leg up for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bring that left leg back down. Bring your right leg in. Extend your left leg out behind you. Take a moment to really press all of the ball of your foot so you got your toes tucked under. You can have your fingers spread nice and wide. Pull your core in. Take a deep inhale. Lift that right leg up for 3, 2, 1. Right leg comes back down. Oop, earbud pops out. Left leg comes to meet with your right. No music. Tuck your toes under. Send your hips up towards the ceiling. Take a moment, pedal through your heels here. Get a big stretch into your calves. And then walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Heel toe your feet out. Mats with distance apart or wider. Heels in, toes out. And on your exhale, sit your glutes down. Come into a squat. Hands can stay on the floor. Inhale, lift your hips back up. Big stretch into those hamstrings. Pardon me. Exhale, hips down. Inhale, hips up. Press through all 4 corners of the feet. Let's do 3 more. Exhale, hips down. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, hips down. Inhale, hips up. And let's keep our hips down. Exhale, hips down. Transfer your hands to your thighs. Drop your left shoulder forward. Drop your right shoulder forward. Give yourself a couple cat cows right here. And then roll up. Yay. At the top, stack shoulders over hips. Inhale, arms all the way up overhead. Step your feet together. Exhale, arms down by your side. Just going to check on something weird on my computer to make sure these are still recording, okay? They are fabulous. Oh, no. Use that. Okay, great. So now we're going to stand up for our quick little standing portion of the workout, less than 10 minutes, and then we'll be back down on the floor. If you're going to use weights today, now is the time to grab your weights. First move is going to be a squat to a twisting overhead press. So starting with your weights, remember you don't have to use weights at all. You can just make a delightful fist with your hands. All right. Take the distance of your feet that you want. I like a slightly wider squat. So you're going to squat down, working to bring elbows towards knees, but maybe you don't get there today. That's okay. And as you press up through your heels, you're going to twist, try to look over your shoulder and punch up towards the sky. So we're going to exhale on the way up, inhale down, exhale, twist. And move at your own pace. Let's go ahead and get right into this motion. We're going to be here for just about 40 seconds. Use that exhale to really press up, twist up, and make sure that you're keeping weight in your heels. We'll do each move just about 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest in between. I'll tell you what's coming up next. Hope you're keeping that weight in your heels. For 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Relax your arms down by your side. Maybe just one weight for this next move, or you can always cross your hands over your chest and hold 2. I think it's a little easier to just do 1. We're going to go for a good morning. So a hinge from your hips, glutes go behind you, flat back, press to your heels, lift yourself up. Let's go ahead and do it. Just hinging from your hips, big stretch into your hamstrings, and then inhale, lift yourself up. I could definitely use a heavier weight. We only got 1 round, so I'm going to grab it real fast. You can have a big bend in your knees if you need here too, bending your knees, and then press yourself up. Just finding this flat back hinged. We're more than halfway there. Using that exhale while you're exerting to press yourself back up for 3, 2, 1. Yay. All right, back to just 1 weight. Next, we're going to get some core twists with some knee drives. So holding onto this weight or just holding onto your hand right by your chest. You're going to rotate your core side to side. While you're rotating, the knee is going to drive up, quiet foot back down to the floor. Join me here. Use your exhale to drive your knee and twist. Holding onto this weight is just going to challenge your upper back a little bit more. We got some back work today. We got some ab work today. Halfway through. And you're moving at the pace that's right for you. If it feels good and you want to move a little bit faster, you can. If you need to move a little bit slower, I want you to bring this foot back down to the floor as quietly as you can. Last 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Yay. Take a moment, relax. We're going to come all the way down to the floor. Next up, we've got a Superman. So you're going to lay down on your belly, extend your arms in front of you. I don't really have much room in front of me. So I'm going to go for a little bit more challenging, extending arms to the side. Let's keep the tops of the feet pressed into the floor. Inhale, lift yourself up. And exhale, lower yourself down. So whether your arms are by your side, even if if you have less room, let's go ahead and get started. Tops of the feet pressed into the floor, glute squeeze, pelvis pressed down towards the mat. And as you lift yourself up, eye gaze lifts up with your body. Take a moment, get out your full exhale while you're either reaching behind you, to the side, maybe in front of you. Great work, everyone. Keep it up. We're more than halfway there. Keep engaging that posterior chain. The more that you press your tops of the feet into the floor, the more that you squeeze your glutes, engage your quads, kneecaps lifting up, off of the floor, the easier it's going to be for you to access and strengthen your back. We got one or two more right here for 3, 2, 1. Great work. Bring your hands down in front of you. Next up, we've got a plank. Oh, not just a plank though. We're going to go for a plank kind of inchworm burpee. So let's all start in that plank form. Press yourself up in 3, 2, 1. Press yourself up. We're going to walk our hands towards the back of the mat. Open your feet nice and wide. As you come to the back, we're going to be in a squat. Great. And then walk yourself all the way forward, back into your plank, and then walk your feet up to your hands and find that squat back at the top. Lift your hands, lift your chest, hands back down to the floor, back to your plank, feet wide. Keep your hips low, knees bent. Squat at the back. We're going to get one more. Walk yourself all the way forward. Shift your shoulders forward. Walk your legs forward. Lift yourself up. Last squat at the back. Great. Make your way down onto your glutes. Starting to really get into those abs. Next up, oh, I just realized my 2 timers were different. It's okay. Next up, we're going to go for a suitcase crunch. So arms are going to extend behind you. You've got 2 different options. If you need to, you're going to just go to one leg at a time, bringing your elbows towards your knees and extending back up. And then one leg at a time, elbows towards knees and extend back up. Or if you're here for more of a challenge, you're going to bring both elbows towards your knees and extend yourself long, maybe not even bring your heels back to the floor in 3, 2, 1. You got a little extra break there. You're welcome. So bringing elbows towards knees and then extending nice and long. Thinking about keeping your lower back on the floor. So toes might point a little bit more towards the ceiling. Or if you're feeling really strong and capable, maybe heels are coming closer towards the floor. Remember, you can still be doing this move as just one elbow coming towards your knee. Finding this big crunch. We've got 10 seconds left. Take a modification if you need to. How long can you keep moving or jump back into the exercise for 3, 2, 1. Yay, relax and release. All right, coming towards the end of my awesome list. We're going to flip over, come into another back move. Next up is bird dog. So we're still keeping the idea of like opposites moving. Come on into your tabletop. We're going to lift up the right arm, left leg, release it back down, and then a left arm, right leg. Join me right now. So right arm, left leg, extend, really stretch and reach. Take a moment, hold, bring it back down. Left arm, right leg, extend, reach, take a moment, hold. Good. Want to add a little bit more? We're going to add in a crunch. So left arm, right arm, reach out. Find your elbow to knee crunch. Extend again. Release it back to the floor and then opposite side. Same. Find your big reach and hold. Find your elbow to knee crunch and hold. Find your extension. Back down to the floor. Let's get one more each side. So this interval is a little bit longer, but you're worth it. Extend. Find your crunch. Find your extension. And release. Knees back to the floor. Give me a cat. Give me a cow. Awesome. We're going to come back onto our glutes. One last move. I know I got you up and down, turning around. That can be a challenge too. Good for you. Last move is going to be dead bug. Very similar to the motion that we were just doing, except now we're going to do it from the back. So I want you to press your low back into the floor. So you might need to tilt your pelvis. You can really feel that low back pressing into the floor. If you take a moment and you push your hands against your thighs, the way that you have to pull your belly in and press your back to the floor is what we're going for. Okay, so then arms up towards the ceiling. I lost my weights, so that's okay. But if you have them, you can use them. We're going to extend right arm, left leg, bring it back in, left arm, right leg. Did I say the same thing? I meant opposite. We're going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Opposite arm and leg move. You can still kick up towards the ceiling if you need to keep your lower back on the floor, or challenge yourself. How low can you bring your heel to the floor while still having your back down? I'm moving my arms. They're staying straight. I'm not locking my elbows. There might be a tiny bend, but I'm not trying to bend my arms to bring them down to the floor. This is our last core focused move. We've gotten a lot of knee drives today, so you've been warming up to this. You already got to practice a little bit of a single pull in, maybe with your head off the floor, so this might be a little bit easier. And if you're having trouble doing opposites, that's okay. It's totally fine if you got your right arm and right leg moving and left arm and left leg moving. Let's get 10 more seconds. Make this a nice long interval to end. For 3, 2, 1. Yay. Draw your knees into your chest. Stretch your elbows down towards your hips. Press the back of your head into the floor, but give yourself double or triple chins right here while pressing the back of your head into the floor, pressing your shoulders into the mat. We're just working to get as much of our spine in a line as possible, and that chin tuck is going to help. For 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, send your legs all the way up towards the ceiling. Arms can be down on the floor to help support you. Point and flex your feet a couple times. Getting the little legs up the imaginary wall, bringing blood flow back to the heart. Now make some circles with your ankles in one direction. Make some circles with your ankles in the opposite direction. Woo. And then exhale, release both of the soles of the feet down to the floor. Extend your arms wide to the side. Press into your feet. Shift your hips to the left side of the mat. So we're rolling onto the right side hip as we bring knees over to the left side. You can keep your legs stacked if that's comfortable. Otherwise, perhaps you extend your lower leg and keep your top leg bent. Find what feels good. Let's spend the rest of this minute here relaxing in your spine twist. Maybe today you're focused on stacking your hips and both shoulders aren't quite on the mat. Maybe today you're focusing on both shoulders on the mat and your hips aren't quite stacked. Or if you're really flexible, perhaps you're working on both. But I want you to do what's right for your body because your body is different than mine. And there might be some things that I can do that you can't. And I can guarantee you that there's going to be things that you can do that I can't as well. All right, take your time. Let's roll onto our backs once again. Soles of the feet come down towards the floor. Really imprint your spine on your mat for that full cycle of breath. And then shifting your hips over to the left side. Find your spine twist over to the right. Your legs don't have to look the same as they did on the opposite side because this is a whole new side of your body. So find what does feel good for right now. Relax your mind, relax your breath. What are you thinking about right now? If you're thinking about anything other than how you're feeling this stretch, can you tune back into this moment right now? Go ahead, bring your two arms together on the same side. Just take a moment in your recovery pose and then press yourself back into your tabletop. Once you get there, we're going to sink back into child's pose once again, the same place where we started. Option to do something different. So maybe your knees were open last time and your knees are closed this time, or vice versa. Maybe you just do something a little different or bigger with your arms, or maybe you treat yourself to less. On your next exhale, make your way back into your tabletop. Come towards the top of the mat if you're not there. Extend those legs out long behind you. We're coming back through to a plank one more time. So hips shift down towards the floor. And then start to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. That wasn't too long of a plank, right? Find your down dog. Really bring your belly towards your thighs. So take as generous of a bend in your knees as you want, so that you're also bringing your head between your arms and that you're not shifted all the way forward. We're doing something different than tabletop. And then start to walk your feet in even closer. Just walk them up 1 foot at a time. And then once your feet are underneath of your hips, go ahead, grab hold of your big toe. If you can, if you can't, just enjoy a bit of a dangle. If you have grabbed hold of your big toe, elbows out towards the side as you take a gentle pull for a deeper stretch into your hamstrings. Relax your head down towards the floor. As you're pulling, you might even feel that big stretch in your back. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. And then if you have this bind on your feet, go ahead, release it, and inhale, slowly roll yourself up. One vertebrae at a time. At the top, stack your head over your heart, over your hips. Stretch your fingers down to the floor. Take a moment in your mountain pose. Squeeze your glutes, hips come forward, chest is open, back is engaged, but no overarching in your back. Turn your hands, palms forward. Take a deep inhale. Stretch your arms all the way up overhead. We're going to keep them there. Reach a little bit higher to the ceiling through your left hand. And then reach a little bit higher to the ceiling through your right hand. Both arms back up to the sky. Pull your right elbow down like you're drawing a bow and arrow. You can even look up to your left hand. Right elbow coming towards your spine. And then exhale, send your right arm back to the sky. And then left arm, pull it all the way down, elbow coming towards your spine. You can look up towards your left hand, both arms up to the sky. Reach up, find the lift from your waist, relax your head back, look towards the wall behind you with your hips pressed forward. Maybe you even bring both arms back for a gentle little back bend. Exhale, pick yourself up, chin to chest, stretch up one more time. Relax your arms down by your side. Decompress your shoulders. Such a big stretch there at the very end. And then go ahead, check it out. Awesome. Great work today, everyone. We got in that quick little core section in the middle. We got lots of stretches, so much breathing. Hopefully, you're walking away just feeling better than when you got started. Thank you for joining me. Look forward to seeing you on Friday for some ultra relaxing yin. Till then, have a wonderful rest of your day.